वन रैंक वन पेंशन रिवीजन का मामला अब बहुत आगे पहुंच चुका। जी हां, हमारे सभी भूतपूर्व सैनिकों ने सबसे पहले तो एक मीटिंग बैठाई, उसमें वन रैंक वन पेंशन रिवीजन को इतनी लेट लतीफी करने पर लताड़ा सरकार को। और दोस्तों, दूसरी तरफ अगर देखा जाए, हमारे भूतपूर्व सैनिक जो इतने सालों से अपनी पेंशन रिवीजन का इंतजार कर रहे हैं, उनको बहुत जल्द इसका फायदा भी मिलना चाहिए था। क्योंकि सरकार जिस तरीके से लेट लतीफ़ी कर रही है दोस्तों, उस तरीके से अब काम नहीं चलने वाला। क्योंकि हमारे सभी पेंशनधारक अब एक्टिव हो चुके हैं। हमारे पेंशनधारक काफ़ी समय से बिल्कुल चुप थे। सरकार चाहे जो उनका रिवीजन 2019 में होना था, 2022 में किया, जब भी हमारे पेंशनधारक चुप। लेकिन अब हमारे पेंशनधारक चुप नहीं बैठने वाले हैं, क्योंकि हमारे हाथ बंधे हुए नहीं। क्योंकि हम सरकार से कुछ अलग नहीं मांग रहे, हम सरकार से अपना हक मांग रहे। तो दोस्तों, इस मीटिंग में पूरी बात सुनिएगा, आगे की क्या रणनीति है। वीडियो को बिना स्किप किए एंड तक जरूर देखिएगा।
Mr. Gandhi, my introduction, I'm Major General Kuldeep Sindhu. My good fortune has been, first I'm from the most decorated regiment of the Indian Army, the Pune Horse. It's got two Paramvir Chakra unit. So my good fortune was the Pune Horse. This is the one which Colonel Tarapur you must have heard. Well, these are all British designations. It was raised as the auxiliary, this thing in 1816 in Pune, and amalgamation. It's a highly decorated regiment. Arun Ketapal was from this regiment, and Colonel Tarapur. One got a PVC in 65, one got a PVC in 71. That's just as a background. Now, my good fortune was that I was at a place where I could see all these things happening like OROP, ECHS. I raised the ECHS. I was the first managing director, and I raised it during the time when Pranab Mukherjee was the defense minister. Now, as far as the one rank, one pension is concerned, other thing which was mentioned about lateral sidestepping, I'm not sure whether you're aware that under Mrs. Indira Gandhi, there was a commission which was authorized called the KP Singh Deo report of 1984. It is a document which has to be read and this thing seen. It has been buried by government after government. It talks about soldiers being laterally sidestepped to like the ITBF or BSF or so and so. There's been resistance from the Home Ministry for doing this. We have got highly decorated people, highly experienced people who are not being used. Now you tell me, you would never have heard of a case where something happens, a retired judge is put in charge, something happens, a retired bureaucrat is, why not a lieutenant general, why not a major general, why not an air marshal? On an air investigation, you are putting this thing retired IAS officer, not a, all these people highly qualified, they are not being utilized. And it's mentioned inside that. One rank, one pension has been mentioned inside that. This origin was in 1983-84, when your grandmother was there as the Prime Minister, it was mentioned. And she had said, yes, we look at it, and so that was the start to it. Next point. All this sidestepping, there is a department called the SCOPE, Standing Committee of Public Enterprises. Everything is made to suit the bureaucrats. What about the ex-servicemen? They get nothing out of it. Today, it has been mentioned in Parliament also that the CAPF and the paramilitary forces are almost the same amount as that of the army or the three services. If that be so, then why is the army called every now and then? Kumbh Mela, this Mela, that Mela. Are there other people just meant to earn their pay and go home? There's no accountability for them. So if you're going to take a portion of the government's stake and earn from that, you have to deliver also. Unfortunately, they're not delivering. All these things like, your Ganga Clean program and all, are, when I was the Director General Resettlement, these are their own record. Military Commission, we asked for it. We said, okay, we will have ex-servicemen do the Ganga cleaning. Why are regular soldiers doing it? Regular soldiers are meant to train for a war. They should not be doing all these things. Next, Then about the ECHS, the mismanagement of funds, funds not being given. This was an assurance given by then Prime Minister Mr. Bajpayee. He said, gentlemen, this is not a gift to you. This is the obligation of the government of India to give to the ex-soldiers. Today, the government turns and says, we don't have money. And I can tell you for a fact, he said, this scheme will never be wanting for money. Other thing, you look at the equation. In 1947, when India became an independent country, that time the police superintendent used to be called as police kaptan. Today, like somebody mentioned, they are wearing the gorget, the ranks of major generals and lieutenant generals. It looks ridiculous. I mean, this is a place where people have worked their way through. They're highly